Ujambo, Shalom, Malo Tep, Assalamu alaikum. Coming to you live out of the criminal operation called the State of Illinois. This is Brother Rice once again coming at you, and welcome to the Brother Rice Network. Some tragic news once again coming out of the state of Texas. A young 28-year-old sister by the name of Tatiana Jefferson was murdered in her home by Texas police. I think it was yesterday, last night, or the night before, one or the other. What had happened was her next door neighbor, saw that all her doors were open and the lights were on. So he was out being concerned for her and her safety. He decided to go and call the police to do a welfare check. And instead of them doing a welfare check, they killed the young sister. Again, this is very sad, brothers and sisters. Very, very sad indeed. I want to tell you something. This whole thing about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter to nobody. Not even us. Okay? Not even us. One of the reasons why these people think they could continue to doo-doo all over us and piss over us is because they know that we're not going to do anything. The only thing we're going to do is protest, march, pray, and sing. That's the only thing we're going to do. We pose no threat to them. There are no repercussions for murdering black people. There are no punishment for murdering black people. All other nationalities can poop all over black people, and they know that nothing will avail of it. Not a thing. If a Chinese person were murdered by the police, you best believe China will be all over that. And there will be repercussions. If an Arab were murdered by the police unjustifiably, you can best believe that there will be repercussions coming from the Arab nation. If the so-called Jew was murdered by the police, you can best believe that there will be repercussions coming from the so-called Jewish community. All nationalities will defend their own to their death. To their death. Chinese, the Arabs, the so-called Jews, the Latinos. They're not trying to hear nothing about we shall overcome. They're not trying to hear anything about let's march and let's pray and let's forgive our enemy. They ain't trying to hear that. No. You know what? This is happening too much to us. You're murdering our people at an alarming rate, and this is going to stop. You want bloodshed? Fine. Bloodshed for bloodshed. We're not going to allow you to keep doing this to our people. That's what they would do. That's what they would say. What about us? Oh, I forgive you. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. I forgive you. I don't want you to go to jail. I want to pray for you. I want to hug you. I want to give you my personal Bible so you can have something to read while you're incarcerated, white lady. I want to play in your hair because it looks so blonde and beautiful. What the hell is wrong with black folk? I mean, seriously. I'm not trying to be funny at this point. Because right now, this is a critical time. This is a critical moment amongst black Americans. I mean, quite frankly, I mean, if you pay attention to the news all over the world, we are deplored. Nobody likes us. We are hated all over the world by everybody, including ourselves. Quite frankly, I think if we were to do something about this black on black crime and start loving each other and being our brother's keeper and our sister's keeper like we used to do back in the day, I think maybe, just maybe, I could be wrong here, but just maybe, other nations, other nationalities, other cultures will start showing some respect for us. But when they see the nightly news every night, every morning, the morning news or the noon, 12 o'clock news, and all they see is black on black violence, black on black crime, especially in cities like Chicago and Baltimore and Detroit, they keep seeing things like that, and they see that we don't respect ourselves. What incentive do they have to respect us? None. Not none. Now again, I could be wrong. I could be very well wrong. But I think that could help a little bit. What do you think? Leave me some comments in the comment section. Once again, look, black folk, first of all, let's start respecting ourselves, start loving ourselves, and start being our brother's keeper and our sister's keeper like we used to do back in the day. Let's start off with that. Okay? We got to come together as a nation. There's too much division amongst us. Too much division amongst us. That has to stop. That has to end. Because we are God's people. We are God's chosen. And Yah is looking down on us right now. He's not happy. He is not happy at all. He made us in his image and his likeness. And so far, instead of acting like the gods and goddesses that he created us to be, we acting like pussies. Excuse my French, but that's what we acting like. We are acting like straight up pussies. We don't want no fight. We don't want no confrontation. The only confrontation we'll give is to each other. You can hug on and forgive a white woman for killing your brother, which I thought was very deplorable and sick. I don't care what nobody says. As far as forgiving goes, fine, forgive. I have no problem with that. But keep that to yourself. If you must forgive, keep that to yourself. There was no reason for that brother to get on national TV and do what he did. No reason at all whatsoever. Keep that to yourself. The whole world is watching black people making a damn fool of ourselves. You know what? We are the world's longest running joke. Everybody, when they turn on the news, they look at us and they laugh and they shake their heads. Every time they open up the newspaper, they look at us and they laugh and they shake their heads. Aren't we tired of being the butt of all jokes? Aren't we tired of being laughed at all over the world? Aren't we tired of people pissing all over us all over the world? Boo-booing on us all over the world? Ain't we tired of that? I mean, damn, a dog gets tired of somebody beating them. Ain't we got more sense than a dog? I'm going to tell you something. Corner a dog. Corner him. And start beating that dog. If you do it long enough, one of three things is going to happen. One, that dog is going to fight back. Two, the dog may run away. And three, the dog might do both. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, there's going to be some repercussions for beating that dog. That dog is not just going to sit back and let you beat him. And you mean to tell me we ain't got more sense than a damn dog? You mean to tell me a dog recognize that? Hey, I I got rights just like you. I'm not gonna sit back and let you beat me. You beat me, there will be repercussions. And that's a damn dog. That's not even a human. And you mean to tell me a dog got more sense than we do, black folk? Right now, we should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be ashamed of ourselves. We really should. I'm not advocating violence whatsoever, but what I'm saying is this right here. Something's going to have to be done. These people that continually violate our human rights, they have to be dealt with in some sort of way, shape, or form. Because if we don't deal with them in some sort of way, shape, or form, this type of behavior from our enemies will continue. It will continue. Why? Because they have no reason to stop. They have no reason to stop. Why should they stop? Why should they stop? When they know we don't pose a threat to them. When they know all we're going to do is protest, march up and down the damn street, and pray and sing. Y'all, look here. They look at us and laugh. Brothers and sisters like myself, we look at us and shake our heads in disgrace. And I'm tired of being disgraced all over the world. You should be too. You should be too. Let me tell y'all something. I think I said this in one of my videos before. One weapon that we have at our disposal that's very powerful, is our dollars. Why? Because we are the largest consumers of all races and all nationalities in the world, mostly in America. Do you know over $1.5 trillion with a T, not million, not billion, but trillion dollars came out of the black neighborhoods in 2018. And where did those dollars go? To those who openly hate us, our enemies. They weren't spent amongst black businesses. They were spent amongst our enemies. It's a known fact that the black dollar circulates about 2 hours, roughly 2 hours, in the black community. But you go into other communities, the Latino community, the so-called Jewish community, the Russian and Polish community, the Arab communities, Chinese communities, their dollars circulate anywhere from 40 to 60 days. Why? Because they realize the power in their spending. They realize that there's power in economics. There's power in that green. We don't recognize that. Black folk, if we were to band together for a change and use our dollars as a weapon, because, I mean, let's be frank, we don't have a military to use. We don't have M14 missiles and tanks at our disposal. We don't have that. The only weapon we do have is our spending power. And black folk, let me tell y'all something. When we were to come together with our dollars as collective, it don't do no good for one or two to say, look, I'm only spending my money with black businesses. That's not going to help. We need to do this as a collective, as a whole. It's going to take all of us, all 45 plus million black people here in America, to come together and say, look here, we're not spending no money with our enemy no more. We are going to use our money as a weapon. We're going to personally cripple this nation until they start showing us some respect. Don't y'all know that, seriously, don't y'all know that if all, as a collective, if all black people here in America were to stop spending their money amongst white businesses for just a month, Dow Jones would crash, the stock market would crash. They need our money. They always want to talk about send us back to Africa. They don't want to send us back to Africa because if we all would go back to Africa, this whole nation would crumble. It will crumble in a split minute. This is October. As a matter of fact, this is October the 13th, 2019. Check this out, brothers and sisters. I know some of y'all still lost in celebrating European holidays. You gotta celebrate the white man's Halloween. You gotta celebrate the white man's Thanksgiving. You gotta celebrate the white man's Christmas. I'll be glad when y'all get out of that sickness and mental health that y'all in. But until then, if you just gotta do that, check this out. Do all y'all spending this month in October. All your spending. Do it all right now in the month of October. November, don't you spend a dime amongst white businesses. And that includes Arab businesses too, and Asian businesses. They don't like us neither. They deplore us just as much as white people do. They hate our guts. So don't spend a dime amongst them people the whole month of November and December. If you just gotta spend your money, go to a black business and spend it. Do that as a collective for 2 months because you know November and December are the two biggest spending months. They're the two biggest spending months in America for the whole year because you got Thanksgiving and Christmas. Y'all do that, this whole nation will crumble. So if you really want to get back at your enemies, listen to this video. Share this video. Let's encourage each other to, hey, let's get back at our enemy. Not by fighting, because that'll be suicide. We can't win. So we got to fight with another weapon, our minds and our money. Let's do that. And I guarantee you, they will start showing up some respect. I guarantee you, but you know what? I don't know why I'm talking because it ain't gonna never happen. It's a pipe dream, right? It's a pipe dream because black folk ain't gonna listen. I'm starting to believe that we are a lost cause. We are really sick. We are really sick. You know what? I guarantee you that a so-called Jew would never, ever go into a Nazi-owned, Nazi-operated store and do business with him. What you want to bet? I guarantee you that would never happen. A so-called Jew would never do business with his enemy. Never. He got bad sense than that. What about us? Do we got bad sense than the so-called Jew? Do we got bad sense than a dog? If we do, prove it. Prove it this month, the month of October. Prove it. And I'll wait. Before I end this video, let's say a prayer for Tatiana Jefferson's family down in Texas. Let's say a prayer for them in their hour of bereavement. Let's hope, trust, and pray that the Holy One of Israel will get that family past their pain, past their sorrow, and let's hope in some way, shape, form, or fashion that justice will prevail. Okay? Until next video, Shalom, Mahotep, Assalamu alaikum, Kwahiri. Please like the video. Please share the video because this needs to be shared amongst all people, not just black people or people of color, all people. And my white audience, if it don't apply, let it fly. If this ain't you, don't be offended. If you're offended, that means I'm talking to you. Same thing with other nations of color. If this don't apply to you, don't be offended. If it do apply to you, then hell with you. I really don't care. Like the video, share, subscribe. Doesn't cost you a penny. Till next time, Quite heavy. I'm out. Peace.